Hello, this is Dr. Darnise, and welcome back into another episode of my salon, my lifestyle salon. And today I want to talk about, getting our lives right, the state of the union. What's going on out here? There's so much celebrity gossip and so much, politically going on where I feel like we are circling the drain. We are just, as a society, as a world community of humans, we are just at the lowest rung. And, my mission is always about being the high vibe. And, some people will say, well, that's toxic. I can't get with this thing about toxic positivity. Why can we be happy? Can we be positive without something being wrong with it? That to me is part of what I'm saying about the state of the union is when being positive and having a smile on your face is perceived as being toxic because not everybody's happy. I know not everybody's happy. There's stuff going on, but I'm not going to create more on that level, right? Of the low vibe. I'm not going to um, hide my happiness because some people will find it toxic. So this video is really just a little preview of, the kind of things that I'm going to be bringing to you about, like the gossip machine, for example. I'll do my remix of the gossip machine. Like if there's some celebrity stuff going on, which there always is, then let's talk about it from, a higher vantage point, a higher viewpoint. We don't have to get down into the muckety muck and, talk about the lowest of the low, right? The, housewives version. Like our society is trying to shift. Really what is happening, our society is trying to shift, come up, right? Come up into a higher vibration, a better way. But we got to burn off some of this old low level vibration stuff in order to get there. So, for example, Andre 3000 just dropped that album, right? He just dropped that album, and it's very high vibe. It's a healing frequency that he's given us with that flute and whatnot. And some people are attacking him and the album like it's trash, right? And it's one thing, you don't have to like it, right? You don't have to like it. It's not your cup of tea. It's not your cup of tea. You wanted that hip hop thing, and he didn't give you that. Okay, you can be disappointed as a fan. You can say it's not your cup of tea and you don't like it personally, but to label it all as trash, that's a bit much, a bit aggressive. My point is, and maybe you saw my video on my other channel where I really go into the healing frequencies. He's giving us a soundtrack for our evolution. He's helping us evolve. Like ask yourself about that. Did you ever think about that? He's giving us something other than an aggressive soundtrack where we just want to like go out and like beat somebody up. He's like, hey, everybody, chill, right? Like, because we need it. It's the spiritual rap album. We need it. We didn't even know we needed it, but he gave it to us. So, anyway, that's my way of talking about the high vibe versus the low vibe. The low vibe comes to eat a thing, to like look for whatever is the latest thing out there on the internet and to talk about how bad it is and to talk about how awful it is and how I never liked them anyway, or see they ain't all that. Nobody needs your comment that I never liked them anyway. Nobody needs that. What else can you say? Right? So I'm stepping into my Gen X auntie mode. Yes, I am Generation X, which I think we're the best. You may think you're better, but Gen X is best. And I'm in the auntie age, looking out for other people in the village. And one thing that we got to do as the aunties or the grandmothers, the elders, is to instruct. People have gotten to be where they're afraid to offer any instruction because, oh, well, if you try to correct somebody, it's going to come back on you in a negative way. That's how off track we are. That's how damaged we are as a society where correction is met with an attack. Somebody's got to help raise these kids. You notice how our children are acting? They're a reflection of our larger society. We can't just blame them like they just came out of the womb crazy, right? They're extremely sensitive because our society is so full of angst and they're reflecting it. And they need guidance growing up. They need guidance, not to be left alone, right? And with some of the most vulgar, perverse music and art and film, whatever. And somebody's got to say something. So I guess it's going to be me on this channel. And I guess if you don't really like that, then you don't have to be here. Because as I said, an elder in the community, your Gen X auntie, I need to. I feel like I have to offer some correction. Stuff is just crazy. Like, why can't I say something to, if I see a young lady and, she's like, has no guidance at home, I can't offer her something about what she's wearing? I'm not necessarily a complete stranger, but somebody in my classroom, right? Somebody who I have some familiarity with, be like, hey, you know, what exactly is your goal with that outfit? And everybody's like, well, I can wear what I want, or that's respectability politics. Yeah, here they come to eat me up, right? And I would say this to a woman of any age who dresses in a certain kind of way, you have the right to do that, you do. But are you ready for the consequences? Because that's real too. And so I just ask that question. I just ask the question. I don't tell you what to do. I just say, well, there's certain consequences. And so think about what your own goal is. That's what I'm offering. Also, so I'm calling it the remix, right? So I'm doing a remix on certain situations. I'm also going to be talking about creativity and, what it is to live the life of a creative entrepreneur. What is your thing in life? Are you pursuing it? Because Andre 3000 is also giving you permission to do your thing, right? He's being courageous enough to do a whole another thing and be willing to take the kind of criticism that's going to come his way because people can't fly with him. That's cool. What's your creativity? What's your gift? Are you courageous enough to show it, put it out there? Or you know how Erica Badu said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. Remember she said that? Are you courageous enough? Because it takes courage to put yourself out there and be vulnerable out here in the world. And then just some life stuff. I want to talk about entrepreneurship and money. The things that are going to help us improve our lives overall. That's what I want this channel to really be more about. So you'll hear me talking about some really specific kind of things like, hey, do you know about this? Or here's some hacks for this. Or, I've lived long enough to where I can be of some assistance, I think. And I've had the privilege of being in some, pretty, I don't know, spectacular kind of spaces, right? I've been in spaces with really famous people, really rich people. Um, I've been in environments where I've been able to learn from people who have a lot, who know a lot, who do a lot, right? There are things that I know as a Black woman with a PhD, struggles that I've had, things that I can impart to you. So that's what I want to do. And I guess I'm going to wrap this one up right here because I will just let you know this is the kind of content that you can see, you can expect coming from me. If you have a particular topic in mind, you can just start putting those things in the comments. Like Dr. Darnise said, I'd like to hear you speak on this. I'd like to hear you speak on that. Because it's real out here and these streets are so hostile. Everybody is overwhelmed. Everybody is like anxious. Everybody is waiting for the other shoe to drop on what, you turn on the news, you have no, like none of us is prepared on a daily basis. How do I manage that? How do I manage that? Right? So I hope to be of some help. Again, Gen X Auntie here. Who else? Gen X out here. I always say you are welcome for our great 80s music that we have given you. You are welcome from Gen X. Gen X is best. We're my other Gen X aunties out there. And, you like these videos, do share because I really intend to give some tips that I think can be helpful to other people as we live our best lives. All right. So share, subscribe. Let's grow this channel. Let's grow this high vibe channel. I'm going to leave it there.